The home here is expected to be complete on April 27th, the day that Brian Yarber lost almost everything. The national average for gas prices has more than doubled since President Obama took office. But the real question is, what control presidents have over gas prices? Many college students are still unsure as to what payroll tax is and what its use is for. The payroll tax holiday was extended last month. Those in favor of the extension say it's going to stimulate the economy, but those in opposition say it's going to create a problem for Social Security. Tennessee legislatures passed the RICO bill yesterday. This gives prosecutors and police a new tool in tackling the gang problem. Find out just what this bill entails coming up on News Channel 9.
You could actually get everyone sentenced and sent away instead of doing it piecemeal, sending one away for 2 or 3 years, another gang member away for 5 or 6 years.
Chief Dodd is talking about the RICO bill that passed the Tennessee legislature yesterday. The bill mimics the RICO bill from the 1970s that helped tackle the mob. In essence, it will allow prosecutors to use one individual to take down the entire gang at the same time.
You tie all of them together as a group, and like Boyd said earlier, if it's 5, 6, 15, whatever, you can prosecute them as a gang, as a single unit, and get everybody sentenced together.
And that's not all. Gang Task Force Coordinator Boyd Patterson says they will be looking at up to 20 years in prison with no probation if convicted.
In Chattanooga's case, it will not only remove the worst of the worst, but it will cause those people who are just affiliated with the gang, prevent them from getting sucked into something, because they may suddenly realize that being in a gang will lead them to places they don't want to go.
But some community members like local pastor Jay Trimble say punishment is not the long-term answer to keeping gangs off the streets.
And now we want to throw them all in jail. You're not going to get rid of the gang problem with the RICO law. The gang problem is probably going to grow because they're going to recruit help.
He says the root of the problem is deeper.
I think the positiveness of all of this has to start with us. I think the homes have failed, the church has failed, the city has failed.
Reporting for News Channel 9, I'm Kyra Rogers.
As it is, my paycheck already goes mainly towards, food and gas already.
Matt White, like many other students, is sick of pouring his money into his gas tank. So he looks for ways to save.
Try to squeeze like 5 or 6 of us in a car rather than like 2 or 3 like we used to. So it's not very comfortable, but we still manage to get by and deal with the gas prices.
The national average for gas prices is at $3.52 a gallon. That's nearly 40 cents more a gallon than last year's average. And experts say that number is only getting worse.
A very murky future.
That's what Don Lindsay, the Director for Public Affairs for AAA, predicts for gasoline prices.
If somebody had told me 6 months ago that demand would be way down, and in January we would see the highest prices for January that we've seen in the last 10 years, I would have thought they were just absolutely nuts.
He says due to the transition from the dirtier burning winter gasoline to the cleaner summer burning gasoline, the price has nowhere to go but up.
They've got to go through this change by law. They've got to flush out all their environmental stuff. They've got to flush out all the pipes, clean them out, and that is expensive, and it cuts down on the supply of gasoline while they're doing it.
Lindsay tells us without a doubt gas prices will rise.
How big that spike is going to be is the real question.
And for some, a higher cost in gas may mean a huge cutback on spending.
It's kept me from going home as often as I used to. I used to go home like once every month, but now with prices as high as they are, I go home once like every 3 months. So, I don't get to see my family as often.
Reporting for UT Today, I'm Kyra Rogers. You may have seen synthetic marijuana packages like these in convenience stores, but you won't anymore. Dalton police have been making their way around the city to make sure that store owners are aware of the new Georgia law banning the sale of synthetic marijuana.
It's really bad for the health, so we never did try to sell this in my store.
Haran Patel owns the Dalton Food and Tobacco store, and his store was one of several that received this letter from police.
Yeah, they comes here to ask me, do you ever sell those? I said no, and he says that's good thing you never sell it. And there's a bandit in Georgia, so nobody can sell no more in Georgia.
Active Full Smoke Shop gave up nearly $2,600 worth of the now illegal drug.
You know, no charges were filed because it's a new change to the law. We just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that the law had changed and this stuff was now illegal.
Shannon Harris supports police efforts in enforcing the ban.
Anything that they can do to keep drugs off of our streets and away from our children and to keep everybody safe.
She says synthetic marijuana gives off the wrong impression.
It gives children, teenagers, a sense of if it's legal or if it's not legal, it's safe. It's just marijuana or it's just synthetic, but it's not safe.
And police agree. Synthetic marijuana users will be punished as if it were real marijuana. Reporting for News Channel 9, I'm Kyra Rogers.